Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're a little bit early for one specific reason. We can't go live with patch notes just yet because it's Raymond Pecky's birthday. He works in production, and we need Pecky's to come on stage. He doesn't know about this yet, so he's going to be very upset. And the patch notes can't start, Pompon, until Pecky's comes on stage.
You got to wish him a happy birthday.
If you spam pizza roll in chat right about now, that is Pecky's own emote that he loves to be spammed.
Yeah, pizza roll, smork.
Here he is on stage. How old are you now, Pecky's?
25.
25 years old. Well, we got you a gift as well.
Oh, yeah.
You ready? There you go.
It's like actually a gift.
Actually a gift. We're not going to screw with you.
Yeah, we're not going to be that
Now we're going
mean.
to sing you a quick happy birthday as well before you go. So everyone in chat, you all ready? 1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Get in the screen.
Happy birthday, dear Peckies. Happy birthday to you.
Anything you want to say to the fans
Yay,
at
we
home?
did it.
I love you all. Thank you for giving me this job.
There you go.
There we
That
go.
was Raymond Pecky's, and now we can get on with the reason we're here. Actually, still early, Pompon. So maybe we should just sit here for a minute.
Yeah, we can go back to the music.
Yeah, should we go back to music?
Back to the music.
Yeah, let's do that.
This music is so loud in my ear.
It's good music.
It's good music.
All right, cut the music.
We're good. We'll
Patch
go.
notes time. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the latest patch. It's going to be Valkyrie Reloaded is here this time round, and I wonder what that means.
I will say, community team, we often come up with the names of the patches, just like so to make sure they're pretty fun. But this one, everyone was like really hyped about internally. So
Valkyrie Reloaded.
Valkyrie Reloaded.
Good times. Let's start at the beginning, as we always do, with the latest skins coming to you in the next patch.
We
First
actually
of
have
all,
some good ones here.
we do?
Yeah.
You promise?
Promise.
Don't let me down.
I
'Cause
promise.
oh, by the way, I was off last time.
Yeah.
And you had some issues, did you not?
Yeah, I forgot the voice pack.
You
I think
forgot some
for
voice packs?
Erlang Shen.
I got a lot of tweets about that saying, if Hindu was there, Pom would have been in a lot of trouble. Well,
Yeah, I would
make
have
sure
been.
you have them this patch.
I think I have them all this time.
Let's find out. Artemis is the first skin up on your screen now. There is the artwork for it. Briar Queen Artemis. Obviously, the prickly hair is going to be in there with all the brush as well. And she looks very fantastic on this. I believe it's a tier 2 skin, correct?
This is tier 2. It's actually, this is probably one of my favorite tier 2s because it gives it like a whole really new feel versus like just kind of the upgrades that we normally do. It's a really just new feel in general.
Well, let's have a look at it in game as well, as Pompon should be ready to show this one off for you all at home as well. And there she is in all her beautiful glory on your screen.
So yeah, her bow is changed. You can see it has all the kind of roses and thorns on it.
Yeah, I mean, Briar basically means like to be a prickly brush, basically, and all the prickly things you'll find then. Rose bushes are definitely them.
And her arm is like kind of wooden with like effects going through it.
Actually, it looks like she's even been prickled on her eye there. She's got like a scar across her face now.
She is.
Or maybe it's flowers. Who knows?
Might be flowers. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's see if we can get in close. No, it's just war paint.
It's war paint.
War paint.
Bit of war paint just thrown in there for good measure as well. Lovely looking skin. Tier 2, as we said.
Yep.
And another tier 2 skin, I believe, that we're going to have this patch as well, after we come off this one, is Odin's new skin. Raven's Throne Odin. There he is, and my oh my, does he look like a majestic creature. Or man, as we should say. Or even god.
Yeah,
Should be the correct version.
You can see he has some more armor ornaments. He has raven feathers on his shoulder. His weapon actually looks really cool. I'm a big fan of the weapon.
Well, let's go into game and you can see this for yourself as well. Actually, that weapon reminds me a little bit of Kronos for some reason. I don't know why. It just gives me ideas of Kronos' staff.
Yeah, it's kind of like the really like regal looking holy blue aura.
I love the way the blue circle just spins round on it as well.
And he has glowing horns, because why not?
'Cause-
And then you can see the raven feathers. He has kind of a different color scheme in general.
And the main reason you buy this Odin skin is for the simple reason is when you go into battle to slay your enemies, you look damn good doing it.
Yes. You look very good doing it.
And this is also a tier 2 skin as well.
Yes, this is also tier 2 as well.
Now, maybe you guys have noticed the health bar thing, but we'll get to that a little bit later on. It's not that important, honestly.
Yeah,
maybe.
we'll get to it. It's later on. Just
cheating,
ignore the
chat.
health bar for now.
Gee, you should have turned them off, Pompon. This will you'll
fine.
learn. You'll learn. Next up is going to be a Vulcan skin as well. Yes, Vulcan is getting a new skin. It's called Vulcaptain Redbeard Vulcan. Whoever made that name, was it you?
No, it wasn't me.
Find out who it was. Vulcaptain Redbeard Vulcan. As you can guess,
I think every patch just has to have like
he's a captain.
the most fun name we can try and find.
Well, he's always had a peg leg, so when we've actually given him a peg leg this time around, like he's always had one leg, now we're giving him a peg leg to go with it. And I've got to say, that weapon looks amazing.
Yep, you have like the cannonball. You got the. Although it looks like it might be aiming at his face. That's probably not good cannon practicing.
Yeah, I was a bit concerned about that too. Like it was always, but when he swings his weapon, I believe it does. Like he smashes the skull on the ground.
He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
He's got cannons on his back as well.
Yep,
which are charged and ready.
And you can see the peg leg.
He's got some big guns on that.
Yep.
Let's be honest. Look at his arms. They're amazing.
I believe he has like a tattoo. What is that tattoo?
What's the tattoo of?
Looks like a ship with like the Kraken attacking it.
He's friends with Poseidon, so that makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what friend attacks your ship.
Well, let's show me some of the abilities that they do with this skin as well, because I believe he fires cannonballs. Is this correct?
Yep. So here is his auto attack, which is, I believe, pretty standard.
Very similar, but it does look like he's actually lighting gunpowder, which is cool.
Yep. Then here's the backfire.
That was a cannonball.
Which is I believe, a cannonball, as well as a lot darker on the trail.
Yep.
The 2 is a cannon.
I'm shocked.
Who would have guessed?
I would not have guessed that was a cannon.
It is a cannon. Let's get a...
Can we get a bot there so we can test what it looks like?
Yeah, let's do that real quick.
It really is a cannon.
Yep.
It shoots as strong as a cannon too?
Yep. Shoots as strong as a cannon. The 3...
The meatball?
I actually really like this. It's like X marks the spot.
Yeah, treasure. He throws a cannonball up in the air. Like you do just to get those guns going. That's how you do it.
High and by.
And then the ultimate as well is a bigger version of the meatball by the looks of it. With...
Yep, so you shoot cannonballs and they do a helix and then they land in a giant explosion.
Nice. Now it also comes with a voice pack as well, I believe.
Yep, let's do that real quick.
Let's have a listen.
Huzzah! You're a fool piece of eggs. You wouldn't know starboard from larboard if it blew down your boat sail. Prepare to walk the plank. Hardy har har. So I tells the first mate, I know a captain with a wooden leg named John. Mate says, well, what's the name of his other leg?
That was terrible.
Attack! Attack leftly! Attack rightly! You're a fool! You're a fool piece of eggs.
So there we go.
Perfect. New Vulcan skin coming available in the next patch.
Yep.
Not only that, we do also have the next up, a new War Challenger.
Oh, I actually forgot to mention real quick.
What?
This one will be in the Pirate's Booty chest.
The Pirate's Booty.
Yes. The Pirate's Booty chest.
That booty is the best booty.
Yes.
But not as good as this next booty, Challenger. New War is now going to be out as well. Then this is a double skin pack that we've done before in the past. You buy one, you get both.
Yep. And the big thing for this one is it's actually going to be the not the week of the release.
Go on.
Yeah, it's not the week of the release.
No, don't put your screen back.
No, I'm not going to put my screen back.
That was such a good view.
No, that was not. We're not doing that.
Go on.
But this will be the week after the patch hits. It's the 4th item, I believe, in the Summer Smite.
Oh, awesome.
And that'll also unlock you if you get this. It'll give you the Medusa pedestal.
So she's got a flying volleyball there.
Yep.
Or is it a beach ball? We call it a volleyball? It must be a volleyball.
It's a volleyball.
She looks like a volleyball player.
Yep. And so let's go around real quick so you can see. You can see she has like new tattoos, I believe.
Yeah. Nice and shiny, showing off. A very slim
So people
body.
have probably seen this already from our Summer Smite reveal, but
she's actually more clothed than a standard skin.
maybe.
No, for sure. For sure.
So there you go. And then let's quickly also switch over to the other one.
Oh, yeah, do that again. Do that again.
Nope,
That video was pretty good.
Nope.
Pretty sure the fans at home would like to see that one more time.
Nope.
Nope? Okay.
Nope.
And there's a green version of it as well. Obviously, the volleyball changes color. The volleyball does say SMITE on it as well, if you guys at home were wondering what it was. Because you will see on some of the animation that volleyball, you can actually read it a little bit closer.
Yep.
In one or two of them. But she does come with new animations, obviously, for all her abilities.
So there's actually one of my favorite things about it is, remember the Aphrodite splat?
The kitty cats.
Yes.
Who could forget the kitty cats hitting a wall?
So you throw a volleyball when you're playing.
You do.
But
Does
if
it
you
bounce?
hit a wall,
Please tell me. Oh my.
it bounces off.
Now please tell me when it hit a player that happens too.
And yep.
Oh, the balls bounce off. Perfect. You actually know when your new war is actually landing auto attack basics now.
Yep.
That's great.
Got some cool effect there. So let's go through all the other effects real quick. Here is the one.
Oh, it's sand.
Yep, it's like a sand mist.
She's in a sandstorm.
Oh, please do not. Oh, chat's done. Chat is just done today.
Get that joke? I got it. That was great. Sandmen
Yep, Sandman.
with paddles.
Yep.
Are they spades or paddle? They look like they're actually people with kayak paddle.
Paddles?
They're big spades.
I'll go with paddles.
They're big spades.
Maybe.
They're one or the other.
So here's the 3. Which I believe is like, I think it's a supercharged volleyball.
Yeah, it's a hardcore volleyball, that.
Yeah, it's like a spike.
Yep.
And then let's get ult going. You fly up and then you spike a volleyball down on everyone.
Let's go head over to Odin, because when you do that next to Odin or put some bots down, you can actually see the volleyballs land from space. At the same time, you can show what the sandcastle men look like when they attack.
Yep, we can do that real quick.
Should do both those things.
Well, first also, we got to show the root effect. We didn't get
That's
a
true.
good look at that before.
It's charged, the glowing
Yep.
volleyball, and
There's
then
a root.
use a roots.
Now we ult.
And it's a winner.
Yep, the volleyballs come down from space. It's
then-
an orbital strike.
Just show the sandcastle men as well. Oh, the sandman, I should say.
Oh.
No. Wow. AI, please.
You have to be in combat with them.
Oh, there you
Yep.
go. He's beating him down now. Look at him. Look at him
There we
go.
go.
Those beautiful little sandmen. They think buffs are more important in the early game, and that is correct. These minions are prioritized in the correct target at this stage of the game, just to be fair.
There we go.
That's the new wild skin. Obviously, there's 2 versions of that. The animations are very, very similar. No real difference. But color changes between those 2 skins.
We got voice packs.
But we do have a voice pack for this skin as
Pretty
well.
sure.
That was sick. They think they can tie the score. Funny.
Oh, gosh.
Beat us? You gotta be joking. Do you want to get benched? If you wanted a soft serve, you should have gone to get ice cream. Why are fish bad at volleyball? They're afraid of the net. Volleyball is just a really intense version of don't let the balloon touch the floor. Attack!
And there you go.
That's a nice little look at the new war skin. Next up, not only new war this patch, but another Summer of Smite special coming at you. And it's our good friend Sobek.
Yeah.
Or should we call him Sharkbeck?
See,
What do they call it? See, I made that up just then, Sharkbeck, right?
You get upset at us for like volcapping and some jokes.
Sharkbeck is a lot better than Land Shark Sobek.
Well, I mean, he's a land shark.
Sharkbeck.
Land shark.
Oh, we should have called him. He looks amazing. Look at that beautiful Hawaiian shirt he's got. I've got one like that.
Yep.
Just in black, but it's very, very pretty. And he's going to be a shark, basically. So I guess he's going to come with all sharky features. I'm very interested in how he's going to sound, but we'll get to that later on.
So here we go. We can go around and see him. There's the Hawaiian shirt. There's his shark
He's
face.
using an anchor.
Yep, he's using anchor to swing with.
He's going to hit people with an anchor.
Yep, he's got wristband on, shorts. What he has a. Is it appropriate for a shark to be wearing a shark tooth?
That's how the tooth fairy comes to sharks, you see, is they put it around the neck because they don't actually sleep in a bed under a pillow. So you have to put it around the neck, and then the shark tooth fairy turns up to take it to give him cash.
I also love how like inefficient these glasses are.
I mean, that's a good point. Did he not realize his nose was that big? He bought those glasses trying to be cool.
Yeah, he's just trying to be
like
cool.
F-Dot right
He's trying
now.
to fit in.
Yeah, it looks like F-Dot with those glasses right now, but it's just not working.
And there's the tail and everything. So there you go.
Okay, show me the animations, because he does come with animations too.
Yep.
And as you'd expect, they're probably water-themed.
Yep. So he dashes through water. And then when he plucks Odin, chucks him back. Oh, there we go, Titan.
He has fish in his trunks. Oh, he's got fish coming out of the tail whip as well. Look at all those fishes.
Yep.
Can we just zoom in on his trunks again? Because someone just told me in production that he's got fish in his trunks. Oh, in his trail. Oh, he's in his trunks. I was like, why? He's got a fish in his trunk? That's me.
So now we'll do the 3, which is the anchor.
Anchor attack.
Also, it's important to note we still have the hot dogs.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, if he didn't come with hot dogs, that would have been weird.
You can actually see the passive effect is on his shirt now.
Because sharks love hot dogs.
So you can see how his shirt glows, and then when you lose it, it goes away.
Dude, that's a OP Hawaiian shirt, that. I need mine to glow. For different reasons. It should be a mood. It's a mood Hawaiian shirt he's got on
I mean, if you were under like a black light, it'd probably glow because it has like the white effect on it, the white petals.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that. I'll
And then
go with
we
it.
ult.
And then the ultimate. Oh, well, he's got his sharky pals with him this time.
Yep. You do not want to be in here when it pops.
I'm just being silent so they can hear the things he says. Bit OP. Looks like he's had a buff. Not really, chat. I was just
Level
lying.
20 versus level 1.
Oh my god, OP, OP.
Yep.
And then he's got a voice pack to go with all this beautiful stuff as well.
Yep, let's do it.
Whoa! You're fantastic, bro. You're fantastic, bro. Do you mind? I'm trying to get some well-deserved R&R. Oh, is that a fresh wound I see? Chill, bro. I was just pulling your leg. You know how hard it is to play Marco Polo with people. Everyone just goes out of bounds. Man, I'm so famous, people dedicate a whole week to me.
That dedicated a whole week to me was pretty good. I will say this reminds me of Hercules baseball skins, like Italian cousin.
Yeah.
That's what it kept to come across as this voice pack. Hercules baseball, Hercules Italian cousin.
I also love the jump where you see the
splash
glasses, the splash in the glasses.
Oh,
go
and the
flying.
glasses, yeah.
Yeah,
Make perfect sense.
Yeah, no ears to hold them on, really.
And that is the Sobek skin. That's also going to be available this patch in the summer of SMITE, I believe. Yes, correct. Obviously, we've been looking like that. And that's not all it is with skins. We do also have some Mastery skins coming out this patch as well, which is the Fafnir Mastery skins. And they look absolutely astonishing. Here you can see the base version of it there on your screen as well. They look really pretty. And I love the card art that's coming with it as well.
Yeah, the card art is super awesome. Dragons are just cool.
Yeah. Like,
that's really just it.
That's pretty much it. If it was just Fafnir his own, he's not cool. But a dragon in the background, that makes him cool. Well, here he is in game in the base version, as you can see.
Yep.
He looks fantastic in this armor.
And I like how he's like holding a golden coin when he's all gold.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's the blue version. There's also the black version, which I love a lot, the legendary version. I think
Yep. I also believe the...
No, please tell me No, I didn't look at this bit.
Yep, there we go.
The dragon is blue and gold.
Yep, so you can also be a blue and
He's
gold
mystic and instinct at
dragon.
the same time.
Oh, no.
No valor here, boys. I'm sorry, I had to. I just thought it was like... had to be mentioned.
Yeah, I guess.
So this is that version. Then we've also got the legendary version as well.
Yep. So let's quickly transfer back and then switch.
What team are you on, Pompon?
I'm Valor.
Yeah, that's why.
See, the entire
you don't get
office is
colours.
Valor, and over here, you guys are just weird, so...
The important place is what it's all about. We don't care about you guys.
So let's quickly go around this one.
Okay, this is the legendary version, the black version. Yep.
Yep.
Show me the dragon. Oh, after you've gone round. I just want to see the dragon.
There we go.
Be black and yellow. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
And then let's transform. Yep, there you go.
That's a badass looking dragon, I'm going to say. Perfect.
Yeah, he's pretty vicious looking there.
Yeah, he does. Can you just use his auto attack with him for me? I just want to see what he's... Oh, he's gold.
Yep.
It's yellow, Pom-Pom. It's yellow. What does that tell you? It's like he collects all those coins and they melt, and then he just sprays them out of his mouth.
Yeah, like, I mean, when you're made of gold this much, like, you can probably afford to do that.
Now, the real question is, what does the diamond one look like now? Because obviously there's a diamond version as well.
So I have to switch class to this one because I ran out of keybinds.
Pom-Pom, you have all day to prepare for this show.
There are not enough keybinds for what we have to do today.
And now you're making us waste time.
Oh, nope. It's not Fafnir Diamond, just Fafnir Diamond.
That would help.
There we go.
Well, he looks very expensive, very regal right now. Do you get bonus gold at the start with this skin just because he's obviously cost-worthy with all that diamonds he's got him? No?
Unfortunately, no.
Needs a bug fix, I think. I think it's a bug. We need to speak to Ajax about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much armor or cost this armor would be, but it's definitely very,
It's
very
at least
pricey.
1,500, so you should start with your protection bonus from the passive. That's how I feel.
And so let's transform.
Show me the dragon.
Oop, got actually level.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Now he is a very silvery diamond dragon.
Silvery, greeny, blue is what I'll say. Silvery, greeny, blue. All mixing together.
There you go.
Perfect. And his auto attacks, just out of interest.
Auto attack.
Might be this. Oh, he's...
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Can you? How hot does this have to be to melt diamond? If you're shooting gold
that's gonna
before,
be real hot.
yeah, that's gonna hurt.
That's real hot. I think it's faked though. I think he just dyes the gold.
Maybe.
It's the only way you can do it. There's no way you can like spray
Yeah, he
diamond
can't.
like that.
I mean, he only collects gold. This is way pricier.
That is way pricier. Well, that's it for new skins coming this patch. However, we do have a little lady that's getting a lot of love this patch.
Mm-hmm.
What's her name? Pom-Pom?
Freya.
Freya is getting some love this patch, and we're going to do basically an update to her visuals in game and her card art.
Yep.
Is what it's going to be, and there is the base view of Freya on your screen. We're going to go through each of the skins because some of them have had a lot of love in game as well, and look very, very pretty. Why didn't you start us off with in-game of base Freya?
This is in game of base Freya.
I just said why don't you start us off with it?
Oh,
Because we
oh,
weren't
yeah.
on screen yet,
I
Pompon.
thought-
Pompon!
I
You
thought-
work with Adonis 1 week and you've just reset yourself a whole year of patch notes.
Or maybe
Shame on you.
maybe your accent's gotten stronger since you went over there.
It
and
did.
back.
It has.
I think it's just hard to understand you.
That's the main thing. That's
Yeah.
my whole job. Say things you don't understand. Anyway, here she is on screen, the lovely Freya, all her beautiful glory.
Yep. So you can see she has new armor pieces. Her hair, face, textures, armor. It's all been redone. It looks very, very good.
She has a really pretty face now. Yeah,
I think so.
that makes a nice change from
Yeah.
the old Freya we've seen in the past.
And
Poor
so
Freya.
let's run around and do some of the effects because I know some of them got updated.
I heard that too. I've not watched through all of them either, so.
So turn on the one.
Yeah.
You can see it's. Oh man.
Oh, it changes colour?
Yeah. That's neat.
That changes colour as you keep swinging? Yeah.
I haven't been able to go through all these yet, so this
That's
will
kind
be.
of like the Jablonki and the Mercury skins where they change colour, but it's actually, this is a base
Well,
one.
wait till you see the recolor. I'll just
Okay.
spoil that a little bit now.
Spoiling patch notes on Punch Day one.
There's the banish. And then
And
alt.
then the ultimate. Very good looking pace model. Not only that, there's obviously the other skins have been updated too. Now the only thing I've not got here is all the names of them. I don't think. Oh, maybe I do. Northern Lights.
So
is the
Northern
next one.
Lights.
Gonna show the card art as well? Or is
Yep.
it? There we go. Pompon cheated before we even see the card art. There's the card art for Northern Lights skin as well. Now
Yep.
this is the one that I believe changes color constantly in the game. Correct?
Yeah. So if you remember the old one, it was like a very bright pink, a whole bunch of colors kind of just thrown at you. This one is using the kind of changing color cycling through tech,
That's amazing.
and so it actually cycles through the entire rainbow spectrum now.
Now remember, if you already own this skin, this will just be updated in the next patch. If you don't own this skin, you can still purchase it. So be able to add it to your repertoire of available skins for Freya, and you can see all the lovely colors of the rainbow.
Pretty cool.
And the effect abilities are a little bit different on this as well.
I
Because it's a
think
tier 2, right?
those are the same. Well, this is just the recolor.
Oh, wait, what? That's just a recolor?
Yeah, we have an actual tier 2, which is the Valkyrie one,
That's
which we'll go through in a bit.
insane.
But I believe these are just using the same
Freya's
effects.
OP, man.
Freya's pretty good.
That's a really nice looking skin. Okay, next up then, we also have Valkyrie Freya. Is the next one, which card art will be on your screen now. And, well, she's got a bit of a Nox feel going on about her there with that mask she's got covering her face. And, yeah, not too bad.
Yep, so this
I
one
like
was updated to match the new kind of style.
I
So
like
we'll,
that belt.
We'll go through this.
Is that
pretty
an eye on
quickly.
a belt? It looked
Maybe.
she looked like she had an eye on a belt.
We'll get some detail here.
Okay. An eye on a belt.
So you can see it's now updated to match the new model. It's updated to match the new textures and everything. So there you go.
Okay, she's not as Nox looking now in this one. That's okay. I was like, she looked really blind in the icons. Like she's trying to rip off Nox. Oh, maybe she does actually.
Well, yeah, you
Is she
can see
crying?
her. No, that's like just ether energy.
She's permanently crying, Pom Pom.
That's not. I don't know anyone who
Tears of
cries
joy-
rainbow lightning.
Listen, tears of joy at slaying her enemies. That's what that is. Permanent tears of joy.
That's rainbow lightning.
Rainbow lightning.
There you can see the rest of the skin.
And obviously, this one's still available for you to get by as well. The Valkyrie. So let's have a quick look at the abilities.
Yep. Which I believe are the same.
Just to double check.
Yep.
I want to make sure everybody at home knows everything and doesn't worry too much about it.
And you can see the
That
effect
sword
on the
changes
sword.
colour.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. To the sky. I miss hearing that ultimate. Nice change.
And then one more before we go into the masteries, which also got updated. I wanted to show this off too, real
What?
quick.
Show me.
Think that's how you do it? No, it's all for. There we go. These also got updated effects.
Oh, they
I'm
did?
pretty sure.
Why are these not in the patch notes, Pom Pom?
Because I think
Why
they
are these not in the patch
I
notes?
think they might. If they're not, they
They're
should.
not in the patch notes, Pom Pom. That's your one job.
So you can see. I think. Yeah, I think they basically all got just some love to them.
They do all look a lot.
You can see
prettier.
the old like ring light that happens. So.
Yeah.
Yep, and then we can go to the masteries. Which
Show
I
me the
spoiled.
mastery icons. Sorry, not icons. Art, I should say. And there's the base version of the card art for you. Looking very, very aggressive in that pose with a lot of magical coming out of her left hand.
Yep, lots of magic.
And in
Let's
game,
go around real quick.
Sure.
You can see.
You stood in the light to make sure everyone catches perfectly.
Yep.
Very nice. Nice gold sword she's got there.
Yeah, that's a really shiny gold sword.
Yeah, it is.
Pixel Buster is actually it's just on the new rig.
Okay.
And it looks basically the same.
Okay, so Pixel Buster has been updated as well. Or
as-
it's going to be.
Well, no, it's on the new rig, so it's not like it didn't get like a texture pass or anything like
Yep.
that. Same with the Frost Maiden. Those
Yep.
two are basically the same ones that you had before.
Okay.
So,
And then we've got, obviously this is the base one, we've also got the legendary version, is the
Yep.
black.
Is this button?
Yep. Oh, got
There
that
we go.
right. Oh,
Let's
those
go-
runes on the sword look awesome.
Let's go into the light a little bit better. There you go.
Those glowing runes on the sword as well. Freya looking badass as usual.
Mhm.
And finally the diamond one.
Yep, let's do the diamond.
Wow, you got most of your keybinds ready, Pon. Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
The reason why I ran out of keybinds was literally that there was 2 rounds of masteries.
Slightly excuses there. I
You
do
can
like
see.
that.
Yeah, that's
The
really
diamond's
pretty.
very good.
I bet that looks really, really cool with the effects too. Let's run through that real quick.
I do like the fact that she's forgot to put one of her suspenders on. I like that idea. It looks good.
Hey, look at that diamond with the colors.
Hell yeah.
That's so pretty. This is just pretty.
Yeah, they're really pretty skins. But that's all for the skins now.
That is the Freya update. That is also all the skins.
And now we can move on to our favorite time of the show. Everyone's favorite time of the patch notes, especially mine. Achievements.
Achievements.
Achievements. This is for
Actually,
the fans at home that don't like them too.
I really like the art that comes with these, actually.
The what, sorry?
Art that comes with these.
All
Because
the
like
achievements?
all the achievement badges, they get like really, really neat art.
We can't show them on the show, can we?
Yeah,
You didn't
they'll see
arrange
it.
that already. But yeah, the card art that comes with these achievements is going to be very good. A Wheelix is the first one with an achievement. Pretty Kitty. As a Wheelix, kill an enemy god with the damage when you jump from Suku.
Yep.
Simples.
Yeah,
As
look,
well as...
they can see it.
Oh, they can see the
Liar.
guard now. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. I didn't get it in my copy. You need to update it. Get over here. As a Wheelix, pull a knocked up enemy god to you using Gravity Surge.
Mhm.
So those two are pretty much player Wheelix.
Yeah, play Wheelix, use the mechanics, learn them a little bit.
Easy as easy does. Erlang Shen also going to have some as well. Added Tortoise Power, knock up 3 or more enemies using the turtle form of 72 transformations.
Yeah, just drift right through them all as the turtle.
The drift is
The drift
I
is
do
great.
like the drift. Undefeated while using 9 turns blessing. Heal yourself using your ultimate while below 10% health.
Yep.
So take some damage and heal it back up.
There you go.
Simples. As well as, guess who? The lady that just got a bit of a nice update, Freya, will also get some achievements as well. That was close, as Freya kill an enemy god using Valkyrie's discretion while you were at 15% health or less.
Yeah, so about to die, pop up in the air and just shoot blasts of aether energy, or tears as you would call it.
Oh, she had tears from her eyes. Banished, as Freya banished 3 or more enemy gods with a single banish.
There we go.
Job done. That's achievements for you. Now we move on to the major parts of the patch notes as usual. Obviously, we had a big patch last week, so we got a few changes this week, but not monumental, massive.
Yeah, a lot of these are kind of, some of these are addressing some concerns we had after the mid-season update, making sure we were kind of hitting places that we need to. We'll continue to do that in the subsequent patches, and then we also have a few kind of new things that are only kind of related.
Okay.
So
So we'll go to miscellaneous then to begin things off with. God achievements now show on the specific gods page, so you can see them immediately when you click on the god. You'll be able to see all their icons and things.
Yeah,
You
so
excited?
this will be really good if you want to be like, hey, I want to try and play this character. What achievements do they have? You can actually see them right there versus going through the achievement screen and scrolling down.
Perfect. On top of that, we've also fixed an issue where a tower on Conquest not properly firing at enemies standing in a specific spot. So just a quick fix on one of the towers there. As well as fix an issue where the play again button would not show after a match. Well, now you can play again.
Yes, now you can play again.
Without having to re-queue one more time. Fix an issue with easy AIs having cooldown reduction.
Yeah, this one was a little bit weird. Ymir was deciding that he wanted to like wall twice and freeze people over and over and over. So we fixed that.
So you're trying to tell me that Ymir easy was harder than Ymir medium? Because you could use more abilities.
Possibly. He might have been.
Oh,
He might have been.
deep, man. Easy Ymir, harder than medium. On top of that, we've also got to fix an issue where some projectiles were incorrectly hitting past their intended maximum range.
Yeah, this is just kind of a cleanup. There's a few projectiles that are affected, and if they were not hitting at the right ranges, like maybe only like half a unit or a unit. So
Like 0.5?
it's pretty minor, the ones that we fixed, but we have tightened them up a little bit.
0.5.
Yeah, 0.5.
Fixed. As well as also, we have made adjustments and improvements to the health bars on players, towers, and objectives.
Yeah, so if you want to go into game now, we can actually kind of go over this a little bit more.
Please.
Yep, so we made some adjustments to the health bars overall, trying to make them a little bit more clear, update them, just give them more readability in general. And so we've made a pass on kind of all of them in game. And so one thing we're looking for in PTS is we had a lot of iterations on this internally. We want to make sure that it's good to go out. And so on PTS, we're looking for a lot of feedback about what you guys feel about it, what you want improved, what you don't want improved. So I'll just quickly kind of go through it. So
And when you see the feedback you want, is it registering correctly?
Yeah,
is it clean and easy to read? Is that sort of thing?
Can you tell what you're looking at? Can you see the enemy health bar? Do you know when the enemy is taking damage properly? If something feels off, say it. mention it, and we can do a lot of things to make sure that it's good for it when it goes out.
So our plan is to have this ready and fully released, ready for the patch. Yep.
And you can see Gold Fury, for example, looks like that now. The player health bars, as you can see above me.
Hacks.
And we'll go higher up so you can see the kind of the bars that they look like.
Okay.
And then here's towers. I think those are mostly updated the same.
Okay.
And then Fire Giant, which it should be spawned. Yep. Has the same one as Gold Fury. And then enemy bots we'll look at real quick. So you can see what they look like.
Earlier.
And then when you see they take damage, that kind of feedback that's there to show like, hey, that's how much you chunked off, and then it goes away.
Cool.
Make sure that all feels right. It's really easy to read. Stuff like that.
Awesome. So this should give you an understanding of how much damage you're actually doing to a target before you fully engage, potentially. Like, oh, I only poked him, so I'm not going to roll in looking for the crit. But you could also see how much you're chunking if you do get those auto attacks off too.
Yep.
And that'll
There
be
you go.
updated. Remember, guys, check out the PTS and give us feedback on that one. We would definitely be monitoring it going forward and maybe changing it. And then, after miscellaneous, we move on to items for
we are now
the week.
We're now at balance.
Is there anything in the item tree you're happy about? Super happy about, I should say. You're always happy about everything.
I think I'm really excited about one adjustment we made to the health tree because I think it's interesting. And then the infamous power potions change that we'll talk about in a little bit is interesting. And I'm pretty happy with the direction we're going on it.
I'm so scared.
It's going to be fine.
You should not be scared too.
It'll be good.
We'll find out when we get to it. And Seal is the first item on the tree that's going to get changed this patch. We're going to decrease the gold from 2,200 to 2,000 gold, to a 200 gold reduction.
Yep.
Pom, why are we doing this?
So Ancile is meant to be this item that aggressive characters can use to get onto mages, or if a character needs to be like, I need to silence this character, I can kind of get this if I can choose to be aggressive on them. But it is kind of situational, and so the stats on it are situational for what it does. And so being that way, it kind of needs to be lower in cost to be really, really heavily used. And we're just looking to bring it up. So reducing the cost makes it easier to build into item builds, makes it more justifiable to get, more justifiable to use the effect. And so that's kind of the direction we're taking with this item.
Okay, so 200 gold off there, and we'll see if that gets a bit more play out of it. Also, Glowing Emerald, another thing that's going to get a gold reduction, is going to be decreased from 700 gold to 600 gold. And this also means that the items in the Glowing Emerald tree will cost, the gold cost will come down by 100 well, overall. So reason for this, is this a similar sort of thing?
Yeah, so I think this has kind of two major things. Is health is a very powerful stat. It synergizes with a lot of other defensive stats that you can get, and so just ramping up the health numbers on it is something we don't want to really do with this item. We want to bring the cost down instead to make sure that people can build this and fit it into their builds. If it's too cost prohibitive, then they have to delay getting a defensive item too long, and so it's not worth it. So that's kind of the first part of it. And the second part is it also makes it easier to build into. You can do things like, if you are really, really having trouble getting poked out of lane, you can maybe go like Vamp Shroud and the tier 1 of this, or you can go Watchers in the tier 1 of this. And so by making it easier to build early on in the game because of the stats it provides, it'll be a little bit easier to transition into those other items.
Well, not only that, there's the two buffs for two items there in terms of gold. The next item, though, getting a bit of a nerf. Last patch, Mark of the Vanguard. We gave it some love the past couple of patches and been keeping an eye on it. But this patch, we're going to be making a small change to it. I'm going to actually remove the HP 5 from this item.
Yeah. It's an item that gives a lot of mitigation, because if you think about it in the laning phase, right, it's 100 health, it's 10 physical protections, which affects a lot of the characters that you normally encounter in the laning phase for when you build this item, as well as the damage mitigation for minions is really, really high. And then when the HP 5 was essentially adding an extra 30 health per wave, because that's about what it would work out to, that was just a little bit too much. And so we're taking away that 30 health bonus. We like the 10 protection on it because we feel it makes sense for that item, and it makes sense that it scales a little bit better out of the laning phase with it, which also helps the item be a little bit more kind of used. But the HP 5 was, I think, something that was a little bit too far on it.
Less regeneration, but still as tanky as it was. That's what we're looking for with the Mark of the Vanguard for this patch. Next up is the one you've probably been asking for, or at least talking about, Potion of Magical Might and Potion of Physical Might. I'm going to read this very clearly, first of all, okay, guys? Temporarily being removed from the game. By temporary, it means it will be coming back in some form, but Pom-Pom, why are we removing it, and what kind of form are we going to be seeing it come back in?
So we're removing it this patch, and we're actually bringing it back in 3.14. So next patch, you can expect potions to be back in the game. And the big thing is, potions, they've kind of always existed in Smite. They have been starter builds. You only get them like right at the start. They're a lot of gold. They're very high power swing. Some characters end up kind of using them too effectively and becoming so dominant with them that it kind of takes out some other characters. And then it also creates this weird dynamic where if you buy it because you're forced into it, it should be a high-risk decision, but it's not high-risk because you have to do it. And then when you lose hard. So we're removing it from being a starter choice, and we're going to be looking in 3.14. We had a few ideas that we wanted to work on. We're moving in 3.14 for it to be kind of this
A mid-game?
mid-game, early, late, but more around mid. And there's a few ideas we had, like maybe level gating it, maybe changing things about like how it level scales,
Okay.
and maybe you can still build it in the early game. But we have a few ideas we want to work towards and make sure that it's good for 3.14. But the takeaway is we don't want them to be bought right at the start of the game.
Cool.
And so removing them this patch basically means that that's a step towards the direction that we want to take with these items anyway. In 3.14, you're not going to have it as a choice for the starter item build.
Yep.
And so we're just making that in 3.13 as well, so you can kind of get
Be
used to it.
prepared for it
Yeah.
already.
We had a few, like we were thinking, like maybe we could just kind of nerf the damage on it for a patch and then move on. But we wanted to make sure that no, this is going to be off the starting item table.
I agree, because that's almost
So
pointless.
we're taking it out now.
It's almost pointless as just nerfing the damage on it for one patch and then removing it and changing its effect
Yeah,
the
yeah.
next patch. So let's just take it out for a patch, and then we'll position it where we want to do going forward.
Yep.
Power pots, gone for now. Pretty sure a lot of people are happy about that one at home. Just check chat quickly. Everyone very, very excited. And next up, Runeforged Hammer, or Runeforged as it's called, I should say. It's going to have a cost decrease from 2,650 to 2,400 gold, so a 250 gold decrease, as well as the increased physical power from 30 to 40. Quite a lot of love for this.
Yeah, so this is pretty similar to Ansala, where we think the effect is powerful, we think the effect is unique and can make sense, but it's also a little bit restrictive because it's only on characters that can slow. So you either have to be a character that can slow, or you have to buy an item that can help you slow, like Frostbound Hammer. And so for the cost it provided, it just didn't give enough stats and power for what it at 2650.
Yeah.
So now it's 2400, and we also increase the stats a little bit. So not only is it cheaper to make it easier to fit into builds, but it's also just a little bit more potent on its own. And so we hope this will put it into a pretty good spot.
Yeah, a little bit more power. Well, another item that's going to get a little bit of change this patch, Soul Eater. A bit of a nerf, I'd say, going into this one. Soul Eater removed 0.5% lifesteal bonus per stack, as well as decreased the healing when stacks are consumed from 1.5% to 1% of maximum HP per stack. So instead of 30% total, it's now to 20% total.
Yeah, so Soul Eater acts as this really great way, especially for hunters, to kind of sustain themselves.
Yep.
But when you combine lifesteal and a whole bunch of attack speed into more lifesteal, and then when I got to 25%, I consumed a whole bunch of them, went back up to like half health. It was just providing way too much sustain for the cost that it was.
Okay.
And so we like the dynamic of you gaining these stacks and getting power, and then trading them off to like survive, but you lose all that power. But it was just providing too much with the bonus stacking lifesteal, and then the just raw heal value.
So small changes to the lifesteal of that item, as well as another item going to get a bit of a change this patch as well. Watcher's Gift is being looked at in terms of the starter item for supports here. We're going to add an additional 5 HP 5 to this item, as well as decrease the heal from each passive trigger from 10 to 7. So when I look at this and I was like, it's been changed and maybe nerfed, I actually think this might be a buff at the same time, because we've also got increased the mana heal from each passive trigger from 5 to 7 mana as well. So it's getting HP 5 added. You lose a little bit of health triggers, but you're getting a better HP 5 overall.
Yeah, so we're kind of very solidifying the idea that Mark is this mitigation tool that you have, and we're also solidifying that the Watcher's Gift is this regen tool that you have. It's a sustain tool. And so it made more sense for the HP 5 to belong to that item. And then with the HP 5 moving on to it, this consistent heal that you get that's not proc reliant, we had to tone down the proc a little bit so the health remained close to the same. If you're getting the procs, I think this is actually a net buff overall.
Yeah.
And then also increasing the mana regen just to match, to really solidify this as, if you want to regen, you get this item. If you want to sustain against damage, you get Mark of the Vanguard. If you want to be more aggressive, there's other choices for you. But just really giving the identity to the starter item.
I don't think a lot of people will be too upset about that, honestly. Maybe we'll see going forward how that one plays out, because only I'll say, yeah, I think people are okay with that one, and then you don't.
Yeah, I like it.
But that's the end of items for this, and then we move on to, well, the same part of the show, gods, where everybody starts screaming out names, hoping that the god they don't like gets nerfed.
Let's go.
Pretty much. Loki's not on the list. I'll just let
Loki
you know
is not on the list.
Before you ask. Aphrodite is the first thing to be changed this patch. With Aphrodite, it's not really a change. It's going to be a new passive meter. It's now going to be available for her, as well as we've fixed a small bug with Beach Babe lobby emote FX issues. But the new passive meter we can show you in-game right about now, and you'll be able to see exactly how this new passive meter looks.
Yep. So you can see like it's a giant heart now, and then the heart gets kind of more ornate as you get closer.
Oh.
So you can see there.
Yeah, pink heart appeared.
There's a pink heart that appeared, and
What's
then
that mean?
let's
Need to understand.
Odin to let's give just 5 of them. There you go. So you can see like the full thing. So it gets circled in hearts, and that basically shows what your
How in love you are?
I guess how much of a center of attention you are.
Yeah. You're in the area around 5. That makes sense.
Yep.
So a little easy understanding for you guys at home on your passive meter and how it looks and how close you are to other people.
Let's quickly just walk out so I can get the full one, which I believe is 9.
9.
Spawn bot.
9 hearts around you.
There you go.
There you go. All in one big group as well. Now throw doves on them.
It won't kill them.
Oh, you didn't
I'm only
hook me
rank
up.
1.
Mistakes were made.
Lots of 11s, though.
That's Aphrodite's new passive meter for you. Next up, an actual nerf coming through this time for you in the patch is going to be Cabrakan. Yes, Cabrakan. I started to see a lot more play just lately. Coming back in, especially with Vanguard as well and things like that. But we feel his damage maybe a bit too high. At least we'll find out anyway, because Refraction Shield decreased damage from 100 to 340 scaling is now 100 to 320. So it's 20 off the top end. As well as decreased protections per stack from 4 to 8 is now 2 to 6. And not only that, the Tectonic Shift changed number of hits to destroy the walls from 2 to 6 as you max it out. It's now going to be 3 at all ranks.
Yeah, so we buffed him in the past.
Yep.
And the way we buffed him was we let the passive apply to himself, which I believe is 5% damage mitigation.
Correct.
5% damage mitigation
is insane.
Is, by the way, really good.
Yep.
And also we made his damage a little bit more normalized, so when you rank it up, you don't find these odd weak points. You are pretty reliably just getting more and more damage. And I believe there was a slight buff on the tail end of it too. And so with those changes, he became a little bit too potent, and so we're kind of looking at him a little bit closer and taking it back a little bit, mainly on Refraction Shield.
Yeah.
The base high end is a little bit lower, and then he also doesn't get as many protections, because with the raw passive, you always take 5% less. It made sense to take away a little bit of the conditional to kind of balance that out a little bit. And then the second change is kind of a more quality of life one
for the
than
walls.
anything else.
Yep.
When you were playing against him, often you didn't know how many wall chunks it would take. Did he rank up his ult? Did he not rank up his ult? Do I need to do 3 auto attacks, or do I need to do 6? And so now it's 3 at all ranks. And so the 3 ones is going to be a lot easier to read. So when you're playing, you will actually be able to choose, I actually be able to survive long enough and I can get 3 auto attacks out quickly because I got auto attack speed.
Yep.
I'm going to make that choice to escape that way versus trying to go around.
Just so you all clear at home, that's Cabrakan
Oh, did I
with a
say
Tectonic
Thor?
Shift. I'm not sure if you did, but Tectonic.
Yeah.
But it is, so to say, Tectonic Shift, but it is the walls, the ultimate from Cabrakan here. 3 attacks, so basically early game's a bit of a buff for those walls, but later on, not so much.
Yep.
Bit of a change there.
There you go.
Erlang Shem are basically just added some emotes to him this patch as well. To go with it. That's what I've got written down here, so.
Yeah, we had an issue with the last patch where we had to pull them right before, and so now they're in. There we go.
Job done. The turtle can drift at the same time as wave, probably. I don't know. I don't know what emotes are in there. Fafnir as well. Underhanded tactics. We fixed an issue where this ability would stun improperly. This ability should now probably only hit the closest god.
Yeah, so
hitting more than one. That's amazing.
So this is just really a bug fix.
Okay.
And it should basically put him in the same place he is now. It just makes it so that the ability is a little more consistent in how it works.
Cool. Well, somebody else that needs a bit more consistency, Guan Yu. At the moment. So since the changes we made to Guan Yu, he's kind of fallen a little bit, correct?
Yeah, so we knew when we made this change, we were giving him a lot of utility with being able to choose how he wants to augment his abilities, but it did come at the cost of he's going to be just getting less healing in general, because he was often spending it like 5 or 6. And so with this patch, we want to highlight that strength of him being able to choose what he wants to do by making it stack less. So now you only need 20 stacks instead of 30 stacks.
Okay.
As well as we've upped the healing a little bit at its base to kind of make up for some of the healing.
That's correct.
We don't want him to be healing at the same amount he was before unless he's really dedicated to spending those stacks the way he was. But we wanted to give him a little bit more, so that he has a little bit more survivability. In the
so he used to be 50 to 170. It's now 65 to 185. So he may have a little bit more in the sustain factor there as well. Obviously, with his passive kicking in, it could be even more. On top of that, as per usual. After Guan Yu, fastest god alive, Mercury. There's a few fans out there and maybe very happy about this, especially with poor old Golden Bow, and everyone was like, "No, Golden Bow, poor Merc, rip Merc." Well, Mercury's going to get some buffs this patch. Maximum velocity, change duration from 3 to 5 seconds is now going to be 5 seconds at all ranks instead. So it used to go from 3 to 5 scaling, it's now 5 at all ranks, as well as special delivery. Increased physical power scaling per tick from 15% to 20%. We've also increased the physical power scaling for minion damage from 60% to 80%, and decreased the mana cost of this skill from 70 to 90. It's now going to be 60 to 80. A lot of buffs.
So this is really focusing on him being this really good single target boxer. When he gets in and he finds an opponent to fight, he's really good at locking them down and getting onto them and dealing a lot of damage. But he kind of has a long history to him where we've adjusted him in various different ways. And so we wanted to look at more of his utility strengths rather than just raw damage increases on his passive or on his 1 or anything like that. So right now, he'll be able to auto-attack faster more often in the early game, which will help him clear a little bit better. His dash is going to be a little bit more potent in those one-on-one scenarios where he locks someone down. It's just going to do more damage on its own in general now. And so those combined should give him a lot of tools needed so that he can find the situations where he gets maybe a kill or two early, or he gets like he stays relatively even in the early game, and that lets him transition to the mid and late game, so that he is this really
Crazy
really
hyper carry.
powerful. I ult you and then I punch you for 1,000 damage, which is kind of what he does. So
It's pretty much what he's... I'm pretty sure that's what his tooltip says.
yeah, that's just what it is. It's his passive is hit someone for 1,000 damage crit, go.
And then on top of that, we've also got, after Mercury, Rama is going to get a bit of a buff this patch. Why are we giving a small buff to Rama here?
Yeah, so this is kind of us looking at the characters that were affected most by the Golden Bow removal.
Yeah.
Rom was one that's heavily affected. He's a very, very basic attack-focused character.
Very true.
We're going to be looking on in future patches, kind of looking at other hunters and seeing what we need to do to adjust them overall. But for now, we're going to look at Rom. And Rom, we are going to give him a buff to Astral Strike in 2 different ways. So the first one was actually adding 5 damage at all ranks to just the damage bonus it gives you.
Cool.
And then we're also increasing the slow by a second.
But the slow by a second is actually the duration of it, not the actual
Yeah.
how slow you are. Is the slow still going to stack like it used to? We're just going to add an additional second of it being able to. So if you miss an auto, you can still land it, right?
Yeah, so
Still keep
this
it
is really to highlight him being a basic attack-focused character. The bonus damage on his Astral Strikes will help him deal a bit more damage when he's actually landing auto attacks with that augment, as well as the slow. It is a stacking slow, and so like before, if you missed a shot, they'd move back up to full speed and they'd be gone.
Yep.
Now you can actually more reliably stack the slow. If you miss a shot, you can still hit the slow target, and this means overall, characters who are really good with him can actually keep targets slowed, keep teams slowed if they shoot through. And then in other scenarios where you're fighting someone just boxing, you're much more likely to be landing auto attacks consistently on slower targets. So
there's a little bit of help in terms of wave clear with the actual damage bonus, but also helps you to keep sticking to targets if you want to as time goes on.
So if you fight him now and you get hit with that first auto attack, he's probably going to be following up with a lot more autos on you. So he's going to be a lot more powerful in terms of boxing and auto attacking you.
Well, we'll see how that works out for him in the final god. The final god for the Valkyrie patch, Valkyrie Reloaded patch, I should say,
Hi, Thor.
it's going to be Thor. He's getting a passive meter too, boys and girls. A passive meter for your boy Thor. Let's have a little look at that so you guys can all see at home exactly how that'll look in-game.
So you can see he has Mjolnir with a triangle, and these minions are being absolutely mean to these
They're being
Odins.
farmed.
They're getting farmed. Let's go. Oh, there you go. So you can see. Oh, it looks like I need to move away first.
You were
There
too
we go.
close.
They don't like it when you spawn directly on it. So you
So
can
that's
see
2 in range.
2 in range. So you can see how it glows per rank that you have, and then I move in range again.
3
There's
in range.
the full. That means I have full power.
So you get a damage boost. Obviously, just like that's what Thor's passive is. If you didn't know at home, Thor gets more damage for more targets being around him.
Yep, there we go.
It is Illuminati as well.
I don't know what you're talking about. We are definitely not New World Order.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun dun dun.
dun, dun, dun. It's yellow as well. You know what that means.
Oh, don't even start with me.
And that's Thor's passive meter to round us out on the Valkyrie Reloaded patch. Anybody in chat got any questions? Go ahead and ask them now.
Yeah.
Pop on. Favorite thing from you for this patch? We'll do a couple of questions, so ask them in chat and we'll try and go through them.
I'm a really big fan of Freya, just in general, because that was like one of the characters I used to play way, way back in the day.
Yep.
And so I'm really happy to see her get love in terms of her model and everything. So I'll probably be playing her a little bit more. I'm also a really big fan of seeing if anyone actually uses the glowing emerald as like a pairing with starters. Because if you're thinking about it, you could probably pair that and then just get mana potions, and that might sustain you enough actually in the laning phase. Then you can transition it to a health item. So I don't know yet. That is probably the most interesting thing for me to watch and see what happens.
T-screen.
We're still working on stuff involving the T-screen.
Now, when you say we're working on it, is it on the radar working on it, or is it past the radar?
It's
Out of space, away from the radar.
It's probably
On its way towards the radar?
it's on its way towards the radar.
Got it.
I'll
There
go
you
with on the way towards the radar.
Got it. Let's go through some others and just see what
Let's
there
see.
is. Someone just shouted Sun Wukong. Just shout Sun Wukong. Good
Yeah,
job
he's
there,
a god in
Kyrie.
our game.
Sun Wukong, it does exist. Quick question from everyone. Everyone spams Scylla nerf. Somebody wants people to spam a Scylla nerf. How is Scylla right now?
Oh yeah, so part of the thing that we actually changed with the removal of the magical potion this patch is characters like Raijin or Scylla who are really, really using Soulstone and Purple Pot.
Yep.
To like clear the wave really, really early on.
Yep.
And be really aggressive with it. That's kind of gone, so it'll change a little bit how the dynamic of the mid lane's played. Probably the most out of everything. Junglers will often fall back to their boots and potions start, but mid lanes especially will probably see a lot of shifts in. If people maybe might go back to Vampiric Shroud more often, maybe they'll just rush a damage item. Maybe they will still use Soulstone, so we'll see how that goes.
I mean, it's going to slow down the mid lanes a little bit on the power damage they can get out earlier. That's why Scylla was so strong at some point. So maybe she doesn't need the nerf, even though people are asking for the nerf. We'll find out going forward. Everyone's just spamming for nerfs randomly. instead of asking questions.
Man, they just want us to nerf things.
They just want nerfs. There's a word beginning with D here, but I don't understand it, so I'm not going to try and say it. It's very hard to spell.
Yeah.
Will Golden Bow come back, Pompon? Will we ever see the return of Golden Bow?
I think we were pretty clear on the current stance and view of it is...
It got launched into outer space and we'll never seen again.
Yeah, it got launched into outer space. It's more that the idea of this really early clear just really kind of screws up a lot of the dynamics of the early game, and it's not something we really want to provide to characters. Most characters that weren't hunters also didn't make use of it, except for maybe one. And so just in general, we'll look at like different kind of effects of giving wave clear probably in the future, but Golden Bow as it was, no. No, not at all. Well, I'm reading through chat, and what I've clearly found today is that most people in chat don't know what a question is. They just want to spam buff Agni, nerf Noir, nerf this, buff that. It's not a question. If you have a question, please ask. We'll try and answer. Yeah, if not, it's tough. At least question mark after
the
statement.
At least a question mark. Like,
there's some people who are doing it.
One or two. New relics? Is there any new relics on the horizon at all?
There were...
When we just added some, right?
Yeah, so especially when relics were made and when the 2 were added, there were a lot of other relic ideas that were kind of going on. And so I wouldn't be surprised if in future patches we see more and more come out.
Okay. As
we expand the system.
How does the balance team feel about Susano at the moment? How are we doing with Susano?
He's overall doing a lot better in general.
Okay.
There's still some frustration that we see, and so if we do adjustments in the future on him, it'll probably be around like maybe just kind of feels things to make sure that he doesn't feel as bad to play against. We do just from like the community forum that we saw that he was also still pretty high on the people requesting him to be nerfed. So we're looking at that kind of stuff.
Okay. Now, obviously, one question I've not asked yet: PTS. Are we out tonight?
Oh yeah,
maybe?
PTS.
Tonight, tomorrow.
I'm not actually sure because I know we had an issue earlier today that ended up scaring me that I wasn't going to have a dev build to play on. Okay. So I don't know if PTS is, but I would expect it to be. So if it's not, we'll message out that it's not going to be tonight. But
we're just going to tweet out that information when it's available for people to go on as per usual. Keep an eye on that. And the patch notes should be available on the SMITE website as well as on Reddit as well going forward. You guys can check all them out. And this is scheduled to go live on...
It will be the 19th. Today is the
19th.
13th. So yeah, the 19th. I'm correct.
Which is a Tuesday.
It is a Tuesday.
Scheduled for Tuesday. May not happen on Tuesday. It's our prerogative to change that. Yeah. Anyway, that's it from us from the Patch Notes Show. Thank you so much for tuning in as per usual. Obviously, check us out on the Patch Notes on the website to go over them and leave your feedback all the time. We always care about those things. And also make sure when you do go onto the PTS this week, you check out those health bars and see how they work for you. And if you want to give us any updates, please do so, because we're going to look to get that finalized, ready for the patch. From me and Paul and everyone at Hi-Rez Studios, have a fantastic rest of your Wednesday.